Hey guys, NERDCORE Dave here again. It's damn near Halloween, October 19th. Getting ready to check out some of these comics here. I picked up my comic haul for the last 2 weeks. I finally stopped in my local comic shop and picked those guys up. My subscriptions, pull list, folder. I don't know how your local comic shop, the terminology they use, but I've heard them all before. But it all means the same thing. That means they're holding these comics for you. But something else I did too while I was there is I picked up 2 more of these guys. So maybe while we're bullshitting and we're checking these things out, we can I can work on those too. Got my trusty scissors. Oh, let's fix that. It's a one-off. And got out some more for Halloween. I got my bobblehead Ash out for you guys, and I show you guys some of these collectibles and stuff I have around here. Some of them are pretty neat. But anyways, let's check these things out. I got a couple things I want to discuss with you. One about the Venom variant that came out this past week, and everything else. And then next weekend's it's Halloween free comic book Halloween Fest. It's basically free comic book day for Halloween. So if you guys get out to your local shops, if you're participating, check out the exclusives they're gonna have. This one actually I picked up at one of the shops last week. I don't know if I addressed this with you guys before, but this is from last year's Halloween Comic Fest. I didn't get it somehow. Had cool little artwork. I don't know. I nabbed it up. Pretty cool, right? So it's a little ash can edition, they call that. But this week, and well, I guess for the last 2 weeks here we're talking about again, picked up the new Daredevil issue. I'm under the impression this is a key issue, first appearance. Obviously didn't read it yet. Death of Daredevil, right? We know how those deaths go. Looks interesting, cool cover artwork. Always a huge fan of Daredevil. Then we have here Justice League Dark number 4. The Virgin, well, I don't even know if it really counts as a Virgin, but it's definitely the variant. Sweet, interesting story about this guy. I went to the comic shop. He said that my Matina Batman variant wouldn't be there because there was a lot of damages from Diamond Distributing. They got shipped through UPS. God only knows what happened with that. But he had a foil cover for me, but I noticed in the corner it was dinged up, kind of ganky. So I asked him if he had the other cover, which he did. So I swapped these out, but also I ordered the foil cover because this foil covers take damage easily. So I ordered the foil cover through DCBS, which I'll be getting my first shipment from them. I haven't ordered from them in 10 years, I think. But I placed an order a couple months ago, and I'll be getting that foil one in. So I'm actually happier to get this from the local comic shop. So grab this guy up. And this is I believe this is part 3 or 4 to that Wonder Woman story. But regardless, I could be wrong. I don't know. Picked up, this was in his back issues. He still had this on his shelf. This is the censored comic book legal defense fund, I think it is. Cover of Bully Wars. Scotty Young, obviously. I think the other one, the uncensored version, is the one that might be more sought after. I don't know. I just grabbed it. I wanted to copy a number 1, and he still had it. And you can see they're kind of giving the Comic Code Authority a little hard time right there. It almost looks like a eulogy kind of a thing, 1954 to 2011. But it's a cool cover, man. So I definitely wanted to grab that up. And then I realized something else. I have every other Spider-Geddon book that's been put out so far except for this one. So I grabbed that up. So I guess I'll be reading Edge of Spider-Geddon. I actually read Spider-Verse finally the other night, and it was actually really good. I enjoyed it. Lots of Spider-Ham. And so maybe this one will be as good as well. I don't know. But I'll be reading those guys. Also, grabbed that new Amazing Spider-Man. Not sure what's going on with this book. Honestly, I haven't read any of this new series. I have them all. I enjoy the covers. They're Humberto Ramos, I think, and they're interesting covers. I'm sure I'll be reading them at some point, but I just haven't. It hasn't been a priority so far. Didn't get the shiny cover of Detective Comics 990. I'm not really too concerned about it. I like the Batman one. Detective, meh. So we grabbed the artsy-fartsy cover of this. So that's that. And my comic shop actually did hold me a cover of the Spider-Ham variant of Spider-Geddon #1. So now I got 2 copies of this, but I ain't mad. I like Spider-Ham, so I'll buy 2 copies of that. Maybe 2 copies means that they'll think there's more demand for Spider-Ham, and we'll get more Spider-Ham. Maybe we'll get an ongoing Spider-Man series. That'd be cool. Or Spider-Ham series. That'd be sweet. Venom Annual. The first ever Venom Annual. Venom Annual #1. I think there's a series of short stories in here. Not sure yet. Definitely be reading this up. I got the regular cover because there's another cover, the variant. It's done by Bill Sienkiewicz. And if you ever seen his name, you probably didn't know how to pronounce it, but that is the correct pronunciation. It is Sienkiewicz. So I got this one. I like this cover too, but the Sienkiewicz is really unique. I'll be getting that in through DCBS. I actually pre-ordered that before they even showed the Sienkiewicz variant. It was just not pictured right now. Not pictured Sienkiewicz variant. And I was like, well, you can't go wrong with Bill Sienkiewicz. So he's done a lot of good stuff since the 80s. So we'll be waiting for that. Now, two things I want to talk to you guys about with this Venom series. One, I did something I thought I'd never do. I went in and I actually used the digital comics code and started reading digital comics on my phone app. Now, I never thought I'd do that, but I did a little research on this because I didn't know if it would affect the grading. And allegedly, CGC is saying, yeah, you can use the, there's a sticker on there, peel the sticker off, use the code, but you will never get more than a 9.8 grading if you grade the book. Well, my theory is the chances are you're never going to get a 9.8 regardless. So you probably do more damage reading the book than you would pulling the code off. I don't know. I left the sticker inside there still, and I kind of left it on. I pulled it almost the whole way off just so I could see the whole code, and then folded it back over. I don't know if it's going to readhese or whatever, but yeah, so I asked a couple of my friends what they thought, and had a couple opinions. You know, some degree they agreed with me that, yeah, you're probably going to damage it more if you read it. But my one buddy said that he thought it might be like the old school, like 70s Marvel value stamps, where if they cut them out, it would affect the grade. But I don't think it is, because you're not damaging the book. You're removing a sticker that probably shouldn't be in there anyways. It's probably damaging the book on the inside. It's a sticker, so it's gonna leave a indentation, I would assume, at some point. But regardless, you're not damaging the book or ruining any of the print by removing that sticker. I don't know. You guys, if anybody's reading this or listening to this, by all means, give me your opinions in the comments section. I haven't had any comments on any of my videos anyway, so you might as well let's start that up. Let's get a conversation going. Let me know what you think about grading and how the stickers and the digital comic code is relative to that. One thing I was kind of disappointed with the digital code was the Marvel app on my iPhone actually worked really well, but it's an iPhone. It's only yay big. I tried to read it on my Kindle, because whenever I do read digital comics, I read on my Kindle, and it's a lot easier because, you know, I got a 10-inch screen or whatever it is. And it's disappointing to have to squeeze that iPhone down when I wish I could use the Kindle. But apparently, Marvel doesn't support the Kindle. So, whatever. It is what it is. Alright, so anyways, I did the 1 through 7 on that, got the codes, and I started reading #1 finally. And it seems pretty good. But there also, I wanted to address this. There was a secret variant. That's a big secret, guys. And what they did was they took the Venom #7 cover and added the tongue. And this book, I think it was allegedly like a 1 in 8 variant. No surcharge, no extra charge for getting this. They snuck it in, okay? Now, the retailers right away, I found out they were going anywhere from $6 to $15 at the retailer, which I kind of disagree with, man. I can understand charging extra for the 1 in 25, 1 in 50 pre-order variants because they got to order so many books. But this was a secret variant, man. So what I'm saying is they paid $4. It's a $4 cover price. They didn't know they were getting it either. I honestly believe they should have just stuck them on the shelf and they should have been cover price. But then again, they're trying to make money and they're running a business. But I disagree with that. I think it's kind of shaky business ethics on that. Like I said, I can understand when it comes to 1 in 100, 1 in 25. But this particular secret variant, I disagree with it. But something else I want to address with these covers, man. Check these out. I was a fine arts major my entire life. Not that that really makes my opinion. Maybe it does make my opinion a little bit more notable. But what I wanted to say about this, man, is when I was in school, I had an art teacher, was a very good art teacher, Mr. Well, we believe some names out of here. But anyways, he would often say that he would look at our artwork and say, this was an afterthought. And we thought he was being ridiculous, and, you know, he would say that. But I haven't thought about that since I've been out of high school, which has been, geez, getting close to 30 years here. But 25 years, whatever. When I looked at this cover, this variant, the first thing I thought was, wow, that was an afterthought. And I'm going to show you guys why. Look at this. Look at this mouth on this cover. Now, this looks like it's really well done. This is the one that they were advertising for. And, you know, it was in the previews, everything else. Actually, it was on the cover of the previews, pre-order forms. And I do like this cover a lot. I think it looks great, okay? But when I look at this guy right here, look at this. I'm going to actually drop this down so you can see it a little better. Look at this mouth, these teeth and this mouth. It does not look right to me, man. Those teeth do not make sense. If you look at those teeth, those are almost like molars or something. I don't know. But they do not look right. The mouth doesn't look right. I think what happened is they were like, oh, let's do a secret variant, something like this. And then they said, all right, I'll throw a tongue in there. And then he didn't know what to do with the mouth. And I think the guy's a great artist, don't get me wrong. But I think it was a rush job. He didn't know what to do with it. And like I said, you look at these two books. This one is so well done, and then it just looks like he's lost. Their pointy teeth do not look like that when they're open the whole way. But regardless, I wanted to get one. It's the secret variant, and I'm somewhat of a completionist. Venom's my main collection these days, so I got it. You decide if you think that's an afterthought or not. So yeah, so that's pretty much it, man, for this week. And last week, I guess. But I'm going to go ahead and open up these Walking Dead books. I got 2 issue 48s. I don't have either of them. That's the eyeball cover, if you've seen them. Let's crack these suckers open. This is so much fun. The unbagging. The suspense is killing me. And actually, I bought one of these last week. Or no, Monday I went. Monday I went and picked up the first batch. Got one of these, and I really wanted to open it, but I waited for this to share with you guys. And then picked one up again today. So let's see. Upside down, right? Upsy daisy. Oh, it's the Virgin. Hey. Touch for the very first time. That's a sweet one. That's a good one. All right, let's check out the next one. Oh, you know what? Something else I wanted to tell you guys, too. I don't think I told you in a previous video. I took these, and I kind of folded the bottom in a little bit, okay? And then I slid them inside of here, inside these bags and boards. So they're bagged and boarded, and they're in here, and I put them behind there with my collection. That way I still have the bag and board, and it still feels complete, but it's not going to damage the board because, again, I addressed this in my last video. This seam right here, in fact, actually, I was talking to one of my buddies at work, and he said that he read that there was or heard there was a lot of damages on these books because of this when they shipped them. That seam dug into the back. So allegedly, somebody said that Image made a world's record on damaged books, shipping damaged books. So which may or may not be accurate. But I believe it because somebody wasn't thinking when they did, or didn't care. Who knows? All right, come on. It'd be nice to get a black and white one, but I'll be happy with anything that isn't the virgin. Although if it's a virgin. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing, too. My buddy Todd is supposed to trade me. I had doubles of the virgin of 19 and something else. And he had doubles and triples of some of them. So he offered to trade. So we're going to make a little trade, and I'll have those to show you next week. And it's the regular version. That's cool. I'm not mad. I don't know which one I like better. I think I might like the one with the logo better. They're both cool. Alright, kids. Well, I mean, that's all I got to show you today. So, I'm out of here. NERDCORE out. You guys have a good weekend. And I'll see you when I see you.